Hi everyone, my name's Emma and today's Scunthorpe United Reading Stars session is Food for Fitness. So if you're a footballer or an athlete, you need to fuel your body right. You need to have a healthy, balanced diet, plus eating at a right time can make you improve your performance on your big match day. So typically a footballer might have a main meal 3 to 4 hours before a big match. But then they would probably have a healthy, energy boosting snack maybe an hour before. So today's session we're going to make a healthy energy snack. It's going to be a granola bar, or you might know it as a cereal bar. It's going to be nutrient rich and you're going to be able to make different versions of it depending on what you like. I'm going to show you a basic version and how to enhance it, and then after this session in your class you're going to design your own version of this snack. Okay? These snacks are going to be rich in proteins, vitamins and minerals which help repair our body and our muscles, which is really important after we've exercised. They're going to be rich in fibre, which helps aid digestion, gets everything moving in the right direction, if you know what I mean. And it's also going to have carbohydrates in it, which is going to give us energy, but not too much, because if you have too much carbohydrates, you often feel, that's when you feel sluggish after and you're like, ugh. So just a little bit of that in there, okay? So we're going to get cooking in a minute, so I'm just going to flick over to my instructions to make sure I don't miss anything out.
The ingredients you'll need for this recipe are 1 cup or 100 grams of oats, half a cup or 100 ml of honey, half a cup or 100 grams of peanut butter. Then you've got to add in some extras. These are optional, so you could add in half a cup or 15 grams of a cereal such as Rice Krispies to give it an extra crunch, half a cup of dried fruit or fresh fruit such as raisins or bananas, half a cup or 50 grams of nuts or seeds, and half a cup of or 50 grams of dark chocolate chips. You may also like to add half a teaspoon of vanilla extract to give a little extra flavour. Please bear in mind, if you add lots of extra ingredients, you might need to add a little bit more honey or a little bit more peanut butter so it's not so dry.
So there are 3 basic ingredients to this granola recipe. Oats, which are going to give us our carbohydrates. Peanut butter, which is rich in protein and minerals and vitamins and fibre, and this is rich in fibre as well. If you're allergic to peanuts or you don't like nuts, you can use an alternative, so you could use a sunflower or a soy based spread instead. And then the third ingredient is honey, rather than using a sugar. So because honey's got that natural sweetness in it. If you are a vegan, then you could swap your honey for something like organic maple syrup. Okay, so there's lots of different options for this recipe. These granola bars, hopefully when you're finished, will look a little bit like something like this. Okay. And the recipe will make approximately 8, maybe even a few more, depending on how big a snack you feel like you need. So your whole family will be able to enjoy them. You can also, once you've done them, you can leave them in a fridge for up to a week, so they last quite a long time. Or you can even wrap them individually and pop them in the freezer, and then just take one out the day before you need it. So then they will last 2, 3, 4 weeks. Okay, they are much healthier than buying a shop-bought version of a granola cereal bar, because you'll find they're often packed with sweeteners and preservatives to make them last longer. So the good thing about these, they don't take as long to make, but you know exactly what's going in them. We're putting nothing artificial in them, so it's all good nutrients that's going to help us with our body. Right, so let's get making. Before we start, there's a couple of things we need to do. We need to remove our jewellery, which I've already done. We need to wash our hands, which I've already done. And if you've got long hair, tie that back out the way as well, so it's not going to drop into anything. Okay, let's get started. I'm just going to move these out the way a little bit so that you can see my bowl. Right, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to weigh out some oats. I like to use the cup method for measuring. You can use some scales, and I will give you the options for what grams you need to use if you're using scales, but I find this easy. If you're at home and you haven't got a pair of scales handy, this is a really easy way to do it. So we're going to fill up the cup, 1 full cup with oats. And we're going to pour that full cup into the bowl. We're going to leave the honey and the peanut butter for now. We're going to come back to that, and now we're going to concentrate on what other dry ingredients we want to put into here. So I like to give it a bit of a crunch, so I'm going to add some cereal. So I'm only going to do half a cup of Rice Krispies, or this here, the oats, is about 100 grams, okay? Rice Krispies weigh next to nothing, so half a cup is about 15 grams. Your teacher will have the measurements for you, so they can give you this if you can't remember. So half a cup, so just half a cup, okay? Each of those. Pop those in there. Then we need to decide, right, what else do we like that we'd like to put in here? And there's no right or there's no wrong, just choose things that you like. So things like dried fruit are really vitamin rich and have got natural sugars, so that you're going to get that natural sweetness. If you don't like dried fruit, then you can use some normal fruit, but things that I class as soft fruit, so things like bananas and raspberries, which are going to mush up quite well. Nuts are fantastic in terms of giving you an energy boost, and they've got really good sort of fats and oils and nutrients in them, so nuts are good. Things like dried coconut as well, again that's going to add a different flavour and some sweetness. My dried fruit, I've got sultanas, but you could use cranberries, you could use cherries, anything that you like dried fruit wise. You might also, as a bit of an extra treat, like to put some chocolate chips in there, but I've gone for dark chocolate because it's better for you and it's got lots more vitamins and minerals in there. Or you could include some seeds in there, which are really great for you too. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to put in is I'm going to put some chocolate chips in. So for this, again, you want about 50 grams, which is about half a cup. And actually, this packet is 100 grams, so it's half a packet. So put some chocolate chips in there. I've done a bit too many, pardon me. Okay. And I'm going to put some sultanas in there as well. So again, about 50 grams, which is about half a cup. And then I'm just going to move that to one side because the last thing I'm going to put in is some nuts. The nuts are quite chunky, so I'm going to give them a little bit of a chop first. If you've got a food processor, you could blitz them up if you like. We're just going to chop some. So again, oh, where's my cup? I need to measure them out. About half a cup, about 50 grams. It's about half a cup. Pour them out onto my chopping board. Go really steady with the knife. We're just going to gently press down on top of the knife, keeping our fingers well out the way. And you can leave them as chunky as you like, or you can cut them up really fine if you're not so keen on nuts, or if you don't like nuts, you can just leave them out and pick something else you would like to put in. So pop the knife down out of the way. Pop our nuts into the bowl, like that. And I think that's all I want to put in for this session. No, change of mind, I'm going to put in a bit of coconut as well. So something like this, I would put in a tablespoon. You don't need any more than that. So a tablespoon is your big spoon. Just a level tablespoon and sprinkle that in. And then what we can do is give it all a stir together. So that's all of our dry ingredients already. Okay, we're just going to put that to one side. Right, now we're going to sort out the wet ingredients. So that's our honey and our peanut butter. You can measure these out and add them straight into your dry ingredients, but it's quite difficult to stir them. It's good for our muscles. So today I'm going to use the microwave to heat these up together. If you haven't got a microwave, then you can simply put them in a pan and gently heat them just to melt them down a little bit to make it easier to mix together. Okay? So we need approximately 100 ml of honey. So if you've got a jug, you can measure 100 ml out in a jug. This jar is actually 200 ml, so I'm going to use half a jar. And it doesn't matter if you're not accurate with this, because what you might find actually, if you add a few more certain ingredients that are a bit drier, you might find you need to add a little bit more honey, and that's fine. If you think, when you've made it, you think, oh no, that's a little bit dry, I'll add a bit more of that, no problem. So is that about half? Yeah, okay. And then I'm going to add 100 grams of peanut butter, but I know, just from experience, that's basically 2 big tablespoons. So, 1 tablespoon. And again, if it's not quite accurate, that's fine, but if you want to weigh it out by all means, no problem. Okay, so we're going to pop them in there, put my spoon down, and then we just want to melt it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave for 30 seconds and that'll just soften it up a little bit. Okay, so if you are using microwaves or an oven, do make sure that you've got a responsible adult around to help you out with that if you're not sure how to use it. So we've now got our slightly melted wet ingredients, so I'm just going to give that a little bit of a stir together. You should see it all starting to melt still, the honey into the peanut butter, and it all looks gooey and lovely and it smells incredible. Like I say, if you don't like peanut butter, there are other alternatives that you can use instead. Super. Right, so I'm going to bring my dry ingredients back over, move them out the way so you can see. There we go. And we're just going to tip this in to there, like that. Super. And then we're going to give it a good old mix until all of that dry ingredients is all coated and looks gooey. When you're doing this at school, you can, well, it's up to your teacher, but you could do this because it makes quite a few. You could design it as a group, or you could do it in pairs, or you could do it individually. That's totally up to your teacher what they want you to do. Make sure you get right to the bottom of that bowl, because what you'll see is the porridge oats, some of them still look a bit dry, so keep mixing it all together, get them arms working. After a couple of minutes you'll start to see the white oats are all covered and it goes this lovely golden browny colour. Just about done. Like I said, if you felt like, oh, it's, you know, it comes together a little bit but it's still very crumbly, but if you feel like it maybe looks a bit dry, if you want to add a little bit more honey into there, you can add a little touch more honey, so just a little sprinkle like that. And so there's no right or wrong with this recipe. Right. So that's ready, so now we just need to put it into something. So anything you've got, could be like a cake tin, or I quite like to use a takeaway tub. So we're going to line it, and you can either line it with tin foil, which I quite like to use because you can mould tin foil quite well, or if you haven't got tin foil you can use baking parchment, baking paper or cling film. To be fair, if you haven't got any of those, it's fine, just stick it in a container or a bowl. This just makes life easier when you're trying to get it out. So I'm going to mould that round the side, like so. And then we're going to tip this mixture in. So there. I've got enough for probably 2 containers here, so I'm going to leave half and I'm going to put that in another container after. I'm going to squash this down into the corners. Like so. So it's nice and even. Yep, so once it's all flattened down, the mixture. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the fridge for 2 to 3 hours, just so it sets, so it makes it easier to cut into slices. So that will go in the fridge. So after 2 to 3 hours in the fridge, your granola bars will be set, so you can take it out your container. You know, if you've used the foil, just pick up the foil. Then you can cut it into your snack size pieces, however big you want them. And like I say, you can then cover them back up, put them back in the fridge if you're going to use them during this week, or if you want to use them over the next couple of weeks, individually wrap them and pop them in your freezer. Okay, and enjoy. That's the cooking bit out the way. Well done, I'm sure you've done a great job. So now I'm going to set you a little bit of a challenge. So your teacher has been given a design template for you to come up with your own version of this granola bar. Like I said, you can either work on your own, in pairs or in teams, depending on what your teacher wants you to do. So I want you to design your granola bar, give it a name, tell me what extra ingredients you're going to put in there. So once you've designed your healthy snack, put it all on your design template. Then your teacher can send that to myself and Sarah and Steve. We will look at everybody's different design ideas and we will pick a winner, whether that be an individual, a pair or a group, and then those winners will receive a nice Scunthorpe United little prize which will be delivered to your school. So good luck and thank you for watching.